Hey everybody, this is Vesper, and I set myself back in time in this recording to warn you guys that this was recorded before Daigo won the Topanga tournament. So please, if you are watching this video and you hear weird shit about Daigo that doesn't make sense because he won Topanga, do not tell us in the comments. Thank you, and we'll resume this video.
Hey everyone, this is Vesper, and I'm joined again by Chun-Li, and this is our 6th part of the Capcom Pro Tour overview. And now we know the bracket, we know exactly who everybody is playing on the very first round, and we're going to go through it all. But first, I want to talk about one thing, is that the tournament format. So Chun-Li, what is the controversy here?
The tournament format is 2 out of 3 until grand finals, and a lot of people are very unhappy with this because they want to see the most matches, and plus everyone knows like the more matches the better, a more accurate representation of who the best player is. And last year was 3 out of 5 for everything.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, how many days was that tournament? How many days is this tournament?
I think it was both one day.
Really?
So it's a little strange how they switched it, but their reasoning was that they don't have enough time to run a 3 out of 5 for the whole thing.
How do you personally feel about this?
I can understand from a time constraint perspective that you have to do it at a 2 out of 3. I mean, if you get Fudo, Snake Eyes, that's just gonna take forever. And like maybe there's not enough time to go through the entire tournament that way. However, I'd rather see 3 out of 5 just because it's a better representation of who the better player is.
I agree. First to 3 would be perfect, I think, for the tournament. It's really unfortunate. I can understand it being in one day, but I think if you make a tournament that requires an entire year of preparation, where you're having people have to fly down to this thing on an international level, I think that there's no excuse, man. I think it has to be first to 3, man.
You gotta do it over 2 days or something.
This personally pisses me off, but it is what it is, right?
Yeah.
It is what it is. It sucks for both the players and for the viewers, but we're going to get the matches regardless. I just wish there would have been way more rounds. At least there is a loser bracket.
Yeah.
So it won't be like SBO styles where people just, you know, appear and then vanish in thin air. So at least that's good. So what do you guys think about it personally? Let me know in the comments. Okay, Chun-Li, so before we even move on to the brackets, let's just play a betting game here. We're going to predict. I want to know who you think will get first, second, and third, and who your favorite player is, or in other words, who do you want to win, and regardless of his skill level. If it was just, you know, lightning in a bottle and he just won. So, tell me now, what are your predictions?
Daigo, Bonchan, Snake Eyes.
Ooh! Explain your reasoning.
Daigo is always considered the favorite, and I think Daigo's just been playing really strong lately. Like, he finally found his stride with Evil You. He's just doing so well with the character, beasting on all the top Japanese players lately. So, I think like his part of the bracket looks kind of easy on his part. All the matches that he should be afraid of are like towards the top.
So you're predicting him to finally break his losing streak. This is the time.
This is the time to shine again.
This is Daigo's comeback.
Yeah. Bonchan, he's the king of 2nd place.
He is where he deserves to be. That's awesome.
And then Snake Eyes, because just his geef is amazing, and I think where he is in the bracket, he has the potential to make it that far.
Wow. My predictions are a lot different than yours.
I have an alternate top 3, but I don't want to have like 2 top 3s here.
I can't believe you're going with Daigo first place, man. Like, the Daigo returns, man. This will be the Cinderella story. So, who's your favorite? Who do you want to win?
Daigo.
What? Oh my god. No! The Daigo fanboys, man. No.
I just want to see him back in 4. It's been so long.
Everybody wants to see him win,
I just want to see him win one major, like, the one defining tournament. Just to mark...
That would be hilarious, too.
Like, just to have him return in form. I mean, like, he did win that qualifier, which was nice, but I want to see it at a more grand scale. And this is, like, the time to prove it.
Oh my god. Oh my god, my top 3 is so different than yours, man. I'm scared to even say it. I'm scared, man.
I know who you're gonna pick as number 1, but the other 2 I'm not sure of.
Okay.
My prediction for you is that you're gonna put Nishikin at number 1.
Here we go, man. I think a Blanca is going to define the World Tournament. I think the Blanca is time for Blanca. I think Nishikin is going to get first place. I think Daigo is going to get second place. And for third place, I think it's going to be Fudo. Again. And my favorite is, of course, Bonchan. Okay, so I think Nishikin's going to win because now that I know for sure that it's 2 out of 3 rounds, I think that gives Nishikin a huge advantage because it's such a gimmicky character. And the shorter the rounds, the better for Nishikin for sure. And I think, like I said, I think Blanca is so strong. I really think he's going to make it all the way. Daigo, it will either be Nishikin or Daigo in my head. And Daigo, second place. I think he's gonna annihilate everybody. But I think it's gonna be a really close finish, and I think Daigo is going to lose it. But I would not be surprised at all if Daigo takes first, man, because this is the best I've seen him play in a long, long time. Third place, Fudo. I was going to say Snake Eyes for third place, but I just think that Snake Eyes just have such a hard time with Zangief, and I think in the end, I think Fudo will get third because they're both Snake Eyes and Fudo are amazing players, but I think just Fei Long, he's so good with that character, and I think Fei Long is still pretty good, and he won't have as tough a time as Zangief. So, third place for Fudo and Bonchan. Bonchan.
That's your
I gotta
boy.
tell you guys a short story. A really short story. So this is one time, right? We were in some tournament. Forgot what tournament it was. Canada Cup, probably.
Canada Cup 2011.
And there was a bunch of us. I don't know exactly who, but we were in a fast food restaurant called McDonald's. And I was just sitting down at the table, and I was looking around, you know, just eating my burger, and I saw someone. It was someone sitting beside Tokido and Kazunoko, and Boss was there too, taking pictures with random people. And I saw Bonchan, and I must have stared at him for 20 minutes straight while eating my burger very slowly. And for a second, maybe even half a second, he looked up, and our eyes met, and I knew right then, Bonchan is the best player in the world, and I love this guy. He was looking at me kind of funny, and Tokido was laughing. I don't know why he was laughing. I don't remember saying anything exactly. I just remember staring at him for a long period of time. And then we had a steak dinner. Actually, there was all the Japanese players and us were sitting down, we're having steak, and I had the, what's it called?
The honor, the privilege.
Yeah, the privilege. to say to Bonchan at the table, I said, Bonchan, you're the best player in the world, and you're going to win this tournament. Bonchan looked at me, he had no idea what I said, and then he looked at his translator, the translator translated for me, and he looked at me, he's like, Wakatteru. That's all he said.
Tokido is translating, he tipped your glass to you, too. He's like, yeah.
My Heineken. But yeah, it would be amazing for Bonchan to finally break that damn second place curse and just win the whole thing. I don't predict him to get top 3 just because, just with the players that are in this tournament, I think Bonchan just has such a hard time. But I want him to win the tournament. He is my favorite player to win the tournament. So, what do you guys think top 3? If you guys were gonna put money on it, though, don't just be a Daigo fanboy. Just give me. If you're gonna put money on it, who would be your first, second, and third? And your side bet is your favorite, of course. All right, Killer, let's wing this shit. We're doing it live. Start at the bracket. The first match is Luffy vs Nishikin. Now, obviously, I predicted Nishikin the first place, so inevitably he has to beat Luffy. I think that if Nishikin wins this match, just very first match, if Nishikin wins, he will get first place. Yeah, this will set the tone for Nishikin. If he gets put into losers, Nishikin will not win this tournament. I think he has to beat Luffy. So how do you think this match is gonna go?
I think Luffy's probably gonna struggle in this matchup just because
man.
Historically, he's always had problems with the Blanca matchup, and Nishikin just plays so drastically different from a lot of Blancas.
Yeah.
So if he can't adapt to Nishikin's playstyle early on, especially in a 2 out of 3 format, I think it's a really high chance that Nishikin will beat Luffy.
Yeah, I think he has to play this one a little bit more lame against Rose, but
defensively, like if he gets knocked down, he's gotta play a good defense game like block, because I've seen Luffy like make some really good reads and good option selects against Blanca's escape options. So he needs to understand that and just block it out.
I really want him to win this match so badly. One thing I noticed about Luffy is that when he loses to something like gimmicky or something like that, he gets really frustrated.
Yeah, Luffy gets super salty.
I noticed that, man, and I think that's why it's so perfect that it's Nishkin versus Luffy. if it would have been Itabashi, it would have been even better. In case you guys haven't seen that match, but yeah, man, I think Nishkin's gonna win this. So let's move on. Pure Balrog versus Ricky Ortiz. I bet these guys are so pissed that they have to play each other.
Yeah, man. Both on Team EG have to play each other in first round. But, you know, that's the way the bracket works out. You're just going to have to accept it.
Yeah. These guys play each other every day. And it can literally go either way. So who do you think's going to win?
I'm going to say Pure Rog, just because his character choices are better. And he's been more focused lately. Ricky, I haven't seen Ricky play in so long. So I don't know how well he'll do.
If Ricky plays like he did at last Evo, I think he'll beat Pure Rock. But I think Pure Rock's got his number here. I think just the Balrog-Rufus matchup will be good. I hope he doesn't use Evo Ryu against Rufus, but we'll have to see. Moving on, we got Snake Eyes and Momochi. This was one of the matches we wanted to see.
It's gonna be a tough one for Momochi, in my opinion. I think he needs to use Juri for this matchup. I think Juri, if she can control Geef with the zoning and her good pokes, he'll come through. But like Snake Eyes is just so patient, he'll find a way. And he like Juri needs a good clean hit to really get damage. And in this matchup, he's not gonna get those kind of opportunities that often. Snake Eyes with Geef, he can take a lot of damage. He just needs that one opportunity, and then it's guessing game time.
I think Snake Eyes is going to beat him. That's got to feel.
I think it's a really good chance, or high chance, that Snake Eyes will beat Momochi.
Moving on to Reinhardt versus Knuckle Dew.
This is going to be an interesting one, because Reinhardt can choose between Sagat or Yun. And Knuckle Dew has either Guile or Decapre. So I don't know which characters the players are gonna use. Ideally, you think Reinhardt would go with his Sagat, and then Knuckle Dew would go with Guile.
Knuckle Dew, I wouldn't say he's lucky, but he could have had a way worse first matchup for sure.
Yeah.
Since he's a young player, I hope that he's not going to be nervous to be in such a huge tournament, you know, like this.
This is a high pressure situation.
I feel that if Knuckle Dew is even a little bit nervous playing in this, with so many people are going to watch this tournament, I think he'll lose against Ryan if he's even just a little nervous. But I think if he plays his main game and he plays exactly like he always plays, I think he'll beat Ryan.
I would like to see him go with Decapre against Sagat. I think that matchup isn't too bad. So it'll depend. He's one of the underdogs of this tournament, so it'll be an interesting match to see how that plays out. And Reinhardt, we haven't seen him play since DreamHack, and he didn't do too well at DreamHack from what I recall. I'm not sure how this will play out.
I hope Knuckle Dew wins this match, and I hope he goes Guile all the way. So next bracket is crazy because it's Bonchan versus Fudo.
The worst possible
oh my god
thing to happen in the bracket outside of the EG versus EG here. These two play each other so often.
Yeah, for sure.
And the record is usually Bonchan beats Fudo.
Really?
Yes. And he beat him at EVO, remember? The two have to play against each other. I think Bonchan double jeopardy Fudo.
Really? I think if Bonchan beats Fudo, I still think Fudo will get third place somehow. I think he'll climb up that bracket. Yeah, I predicted Fudo will get third place, but I kind of see Bonchan winning this match, just because they play each other so much.
And the track record between the two is predominantly Bonchan.
I think this will be actually one of the best first round matches of the tournament.
Yeah.
Bonchan versus Fudo. This is gonna be a really, really good match. Okay, so Infiltration versus Choo Choo. Wow.
Choo Choo being one of the underdogs for this turn, Infiltration with his given track
One of
record
the most
in tournament
dominant
history.
players, yeah.
It's the favorite is Infiltration without a
Oh,
doubt.
for sure. Everyone's gonna put their chips on Infiltration.
Especially if Choo-Choo uses, like with his two characters, Viper and Chun-Li, they just don't do well against Akuma. Infiltration, if he uses Akuma, I think he'll straight up win against Choo-Choo.
Yeah, this is this is the best chance for Choo-Choo to make a name for himself here since he's the underdog. If he can beat Infiltration in the first round, he will make a name for himself. So for him, beating Infiltration is like a tournament on its own, man.
Yeah.
He wants to win this. This will be a good match. I think his chances of beating Infiltration is low though. Unless Infiltration does something really silly and picks a really silly character. But I think Infiltration is going to beat him for sure.
The thing is, Infiltration's, like, even with how dominant he was in the past, we haven't seen him play too often this entire year. So he's a wild card in himself now because he kind of went under the radar for a good portion of the year.
Infiltration is like Daigo, where he's really good at when he knows who he's gonna play, because he's got that phone with the amazing amount of information that holds up matches for 20 minutes, and yeah, man, I think he's just gonna simply take this. Now we have Xian versus Valmaster.
This is the match we
This
predicted.
is the match, man. So, oh man,
the Battle of China.
The Battle of China, dude. Like, this is going to be a really good match.
So my prediction is that if Zen goes with Gen, Valmaster will win. Because Chun-Li has ways to punish Gen that other characters might not have. Like, I heard if Gen hits hands, if he only gets 2 hits of the hands, Valmaster can straight up punish with Ultra 1.
Plus, Gen taught Chun-Li in the in the movie from Robin Shu. What was that movie called? The Path of Chun-Li or something?
Oh god, The Legend?
Yeah, The Legend of Chun-Li.
Ugh, so bad.
I personally want Valmaster to win this because I want to see as much Valmaster as possible.
I would like to see Valmaster win, but the other thing is if Zen, because Zen has a pocket poison. If Zen picks poison, I think he'll beat Valmaster because that matchup is really bad.
I have not seen Xian's pocket poison, so that'd be interesting too.
Yeah, so we'll see how that goes, but I would love to see Valmaster win that.
And finally, the last first round match is Justin Wong and Daigo. Like, seriously, who rigged this bracket? This is fate, man. This is fate. These guys have been playing each other since the beginning of time.
So, historically, Daigo's beaten Justin most of the time. Especially now in Ultra with Rufus versus Evil Dude. He's been beating Justin. However, that's been in longer exhibition style sets and nothing really on the line. So they probably don't want to play at their fullest potential in those sets, just to retain information from each other. On top of that, Justin has the crazy like clutch factor in its high pressure situation. Daigo equally so, but I think Justin is more known for his clutch, and Justin could pull up that upset against Daigo.
Yes, this will be a huge upset. I do think Justin has the potential to win.
You can
never count him out. You can never count him out. No. But we have to assume that Daigo is already researching Justin right now, and he knows Justin so well. And I think that even if Justin won't somehow beat Daigo in this match, I still think Daigo will find his way to first and second place. But I feel like Daigo's weakness in tournaments is that he needs time to warm up. I personally think he needs time to warm up, and I think he's the most vulnerable in this very first round here in this tournament.
Exactly.
So I think if Daigo beats Justin, he'll be snowballing his way to the finals. But I think Daigo will win this. I think Daigo will beat Justin for sure.
Yeah.
So guys, now that we see the bracket, let me know what your guys' predictions is. Who you think is going to beat who, and of course the top 3. And yeah, man, this is pretty exciting. All these names are really good here. Almost all these people deserve to be here. I just feel bad for Gamer B. I feel bad for Gamer B, man.
So it would have been Gamer B versus Bonchan had he won DreamHack.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, guys. So I don't know if we'll be making any more episodes because the tournament would already be going on by then. But I hope you guys enjoyed this series, and if you guys like to, see more stuff like this in the future, let us know. And thanks a lot for watching this whole thing. It's been a lot of fun, and I can't wait to see this tournament. And I hope that you guys now understand these players more, and it'll make the tournament more exciting for you guys because you'll know, some history from these people, and it'll make the tournament more exciting. This tournament, would you agree, Killy, that this is will decide the best player in the world?
I wholeheartedly agree that this is going to define who the best player in the world is.
Which is great. So guys, thanks again for watching, and I hope to do something like this again in the future.